Welcome back to Mindful Stoicism, where we don't just react to life, we master it. Now let me ask you something. What if everything you thought about making someone regret losing you was wrong? You've probably heard the advice 1,000 times. Go no contact, disappear, let them wonder where you've gone. And yes, it works, to an extent. But here's the problem. They expect it. They anticipate your silence. They assume you're cutting them off to make a point, and in many cases, they're mentally prepared for it. But what if you did something completely different? What if, instead of pulling away like everyone else, you shifted the entire dynamic without them even realizing what was happening? Imagine a strategy so subtle, yet so psychologically powerful, that they start to question everything about their decision to let you go. They don't just notice your absence, they feel it deeply. They don't just wonder about you, they become consumed by thoughts of you. This isn't about begging, chasing, or playing mind games. This is about reclaiming control not over them, but over yourself. You see, real power doesn't come from cutting someone off and hoping they'll miss you. It comes from becoming so magnetic, so mysterious, so undeniably attractive that they can't help but regret ever losing you. And the best part, you won't have to say a word. Stick with me, because today I'm going to show you a strategy even more powerful than no contact one that will leave them obsessing over you in ways they never expected. Let's begin. 1. The unexpected shift. From absence to presence. Most people believe that vanishing completely is the best way to make someone miss them. They assume that by cutting off all contact, the other person will be forced to feel their absence. While this can work in certain situations, it's also predictable. And what's predictable can be prepared for. They expect you to disappear. They brace themselves for silence. And over time, they adjust. But what if, instead of becoming a ghost, you became an enigma? Instead of completely withdrawing, you remain present, but in a way that is intriguing and unexpected. You don't beg, you don't chase, and you certainly don't engage in petty tactics. Instead, you subtly evolve right in front of them, making them question whether they ever truly knew you. Your energy shifts, you radiate confidence and mystery. Your presence is felt, but never in an obvious way. You show change, not through words, but through actions. Maybe you start looking better, carrying yourself differently, engaging in new experiences, and living your best life, but not to prove anything to them. You do it for fun to yourself. And that's what makes it so powerful. When someone sees you becoming a better version of yourself, without any direct effort to pull them back in, their mind starts playing tricks on them. They expected to forget you, but instead you've become unforgettable. They expected closure, but instead they're left with a mystery. This subtle shift from absence to an undeniable but distant presence creates a powerful psychological pull. Now, instead of you missing them, they start missing Setupag, and the best part, they won't even realize why. 2. Controlled detachment. The art of indifference. No contact is about absence, but controlled detachment is about presence without emotional investment, and that is far more powerful. When someone expects you to react, to show pain, or to fight for their attention, and instead they are met with calm indifference, it shakes them to their core. Think about it. Humans crave validation. When someone pulls away, our natural instinct is to wonder, do I still matter to them? But when they see that you're unaffected, their perception of power shifts. They assumed they had control over your emotions, but suddenly you're not playing their game anymore. That's when the doubt creeps in. Controlled detachment means you don't block them, but you also don't engage. You don't go out of your way to ignore them, but you also don't seek them out. You remain neutral, neither bitter nor overly friendly. The goal is to make them question their importance in your life. If they thought they had a hold over you, but you remain distant yet composed, they start to feel like they never truly mattered to you at all. And that feeling is unsettling. This doesn't mean pretending. It means truly reaching a point where their presence or absence doesn't shake you. When you master this, they don't just miss you, they obsess over why they no longer affect you. And the moment they realize they've lost emotional control over you, that's when they start chasing. 3. The disruptive glow-up. Most people think moving on means simply cutting contact and waiting for time to do the work. But that's where they go wrong. True power lies in evolution, not isolation. The disruptive glow-up isn't just about looking better. It's about becoming better in every way that matters. It's about making changes so profound and unexpected that the person who once took you for granted can't help but notice and regret. See, when you undergo a true transformation, you don't have to reach out, post cryptic messages, or try to make them jealous. Your presence alone becomes a statement. Imagine this. The person who once thought they had you figured out suddenly sees a version of you they never anticipated. You're not bitter, you're not broken, you're thriving. And that disrupts everything they assumed about you. So how do you achieve this? Physically, take your health, fitness, and style to the next level. When you look your best, you exude confidence, and confidence is magnetic. Mentally, develop a stronger mindset. Read more, learn new skills, and refine your emotional control. Become someone who is independent, self-assured, and unshaken. Socially, expand your circle. Engage in new experiences, meet new people, and cultivate an aura of mystery and excitement. The key is effortless attraction, not forcing them to notice, but making it impossible for them to ignore. When they see you glowing, evolving, and moving forward without them, that's when the regret sets in. Not because you tried to make them feel it, but because your growth left them no choice but to feel it. 4. The element of mystery. People are drawn to what they can't fully understand. The human mind is wired to seek closure, to make sense of things, but when something is left unresolved, it creates an obsessive curiosity. And that's exactly why mystery is more powerful than silence. The problem with no contact is that after a while, the other person knows exactly what you're doing. They assume you're trying to make them miss you. They might even convince themselves that you're waiting for them to reach out. But when you introduce mystery, you shatter their expectations, and that's when you get inside their head. So, how do you create this effect? You become unpredictable. Instead of blocking them, you let them see just enough to keep them wondering, but never enough to be sure. Maybe you post a picture from an unexpected place, looking unbothered and confident. Maybe you start engaging in activities they never associated with you. Maybe mutual friends mention that you've changed, but no one can quite explain how. The goal is to disrupt their perception of you. They thought they had you figured out, but now they're not so sure, and that uncertainty drives them crazy. They start checking your social media more often. They wonder if you've moved on, if someone else has captured your attention. And the more they wonder, the more they think about you. When someone can predict your next move, they stop caring. But when you become a puzzle they can't solve, they become obsessed with figuring it out. That's the power of mystery. It doesn't just make them miss you, it makes them crave understanding you all over again. 5. The unreachable mindset. This is the final, most devastating move, and the one they never see coming. Most people who go no contact do it with a hidden agenda. Deep down, they're hoping for a reaction, a sign that the other person still cares. But the truth is, if you're still waiting for them to miss you, you haven't really moved on. You're just pretending to. The unreachable mindset is different. It's not about revenge. It's not about manipulation. It's about genuine transformation. Instead of using distance as a way to make them chase you, you use it as a tool to become someone so complete, so self-sufficient, that their presence or absence no longer affects you. Think about it. People crave what they can't have. The moment they sense that you no longer need them, that you're not sitting around hoping they'll reach out, their curiosity turns into obsession. They start wondering, why aren't they affected? Did they ever even care? Have they found someone better? This psychological shift is what makes them feel your absence more deeply than no contact ever could. Because while most people eventually break their silence, you don't not because you're trying to prove a point, but because you've truly outgrown the situation. And here's the real kicker. When they finally come back, you won't even want them anymore. That's the ultimate power move. When you become truly unreachable, not just physically, but emotionally, you become the one that got away. And trust me, that's a regret they'll carry for a long, long time. No contact works, but this strategy, this changes everything. It makes them rethink everything they thought they knew about you. It pulls them in when they least expect it. And it gives you the ultimate advantage, not by playing games, but by becoming undeniable. If you found this powerful, subscribe for more Stoic strategies that put you in control. And remember, the moment you stop chasing, you start attracting. Keep mastering yourself. They'll notice.